morning, girls. I'm so excited to be back with you guys. I miss you and I love you, and I cannot wait to see every single one of you. So during this video, we are going to learn all about shapes. Do you know what a shape is? Probably, because shapes are everywhere. You can open your refrigerator, and I guarantee you that you will find some shapes. If you're driving down the road, you'll see some shapes. Maybe you're playing and you pull a toy out of your toy box. It probably has a shape on it. So just know that shapes are everywhere. So I want to talk about two-dimensional shapes, and then we're going to talk about three-dimensional shapes. So this may be a review for most of you, and some of you may be learning your shapes for the first time. So this is an overall video about shapes. So to start, we're going to talk about 2D shapes. And the first shape that I want to show you is a blue shape. It's long and it has 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides. We call this shape a rectangle. Can you say that with me? Rectangle. Can you think of something maybe at your house or maybe outside that is the shape of a rectangle? I want you to think about it because we're going to show you some posters in just a minute where you might see a rectangle in real life. Our next shape looks like this. This is called a, way to go, this is called a triangle. A triangle. And a triangle has 1, 2, 3 sides. Can you think of something that you've seen before that may be the shape of a triangle? How about you pause this video and go find something that is the shape of a triangle, and I'll wait on you. Okay, our next shape looks like this. It's very round, and it is called a circle. Can you say circle? Circle. Do you have a circle at your house? I bet a lot of you play with circles all the time. A circle just goes around and around. It doesn't have any points on it. Okay? This is another shape that we see a lot. And sometimes it's known as a diamond, but a lot of times it is called a rhombus. Can you say rhombus? Good job. This is a rhombus or a diamond. Look at this diamond. Do you notice anything special about it? It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Just like our rectangle had 4 sides, this shape has 4 sides. They are all equal in length. That means that every single one of these sides is the same. Just like with this shape. This is called a square. Good job. And a square has 4 equal sides. Okay? So, I want you to think about if you've ever seen a square before. I bet a lot of you have a square close by you right now. The last 2D shape that we're going to talk about today is, what shape is this, guys? Yes, this is an oval. An oval looks like an egg or a very squished circle. So, just like a circle, it goes around and around. Okay, so those are our 2D shapes. So now I want to show you some 2D shapes that you would see in our environment. At your house, outside, going down the road, when you go in a store. So I bet a lot of you guys have seen these before and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So Everybody think about something that is the shape of a circle. Miss Kayla's circle is a pizza. So pizza is the shape of a circle. My next 2D shape is oval. The mirror part of this is the oval. Do you know what shape this is? These chips, these tortilla chips, are the shape of a triangle. Remember that triangles have 3 sides. And remember that when we're talking about 2D shapes are flat. Okay? My next one is a square. Good job. So in this picture, all of these squares look a little bit different or the same. Yes, they all look different. They're different patterns and they're different colors, but they're all the same shape. So they are the same when you're talking about what shape they are. A square has 4 equal sides. Now, we talked about this one earlier, and that this shape has 2 different names. Sometimes we call it a diamond, but sometimes it's also known by the name rhombus. Do you see any rhombuses on this picture? Yes, if you look real close in this window, there are rhombuses. Good job. My last 2D shape that we're going to talk about is this right here. If you look real close to these buildings, there is a shape. What shape is it, guys? Yes, good job. It is a rectangle. Can everybody say rectangle? Way to go, guys. So that's all for our 2D shapes. Now we're going to talk about 3D shapes. And the important thing to know about 3D shapes is that you can hold them. So here I can turn it and it has different faces on it. Okay, I can roll it in my hands. It's not flat like a square would be flat. So does anybody know what this 3D shape is called? If you're looking at it from the front, you do see a square, but when it's 3D, you can turn it and you keep seeing squares. It's solid. This is called a cube. Yes, good job. This is called a cube. Some people might call it a block. If you have a block at your house and it looks like this, you can call it a cube. Next, we have what looks like a ball. It's round. I can roll it in my hands. I could toss it up in the air. Okay. This is called a sphere. Can everybody say sphere? Good job. This is what we call a sphere. Next, I have something that many of you probably like to eat. This is called a cone. Most of the time you see it look like this, with ice cream on top, but we know this as a cone. My next 3D shape is a pyramid. Good job. This is a pyramid. I have 2 more. This one right here has a very long name and sometimes it's kind of hard to remember. If you look at it from the front, it looks like a rectangle. So if you look at it real close, that kind of gives you a clue as to what this 3D shape's name is called. This is called a rectangular prism. Can you say that with me? Rectangular prism. Good job. I've got 1 more for you. It looks like this. It's round. This is called a cylinder. Can everybody say cylinder? Way to go, guys. So, real quick, we're going to go back over our 3D shapes one more time, okay? I have cylinder. I have sphere. I have pyramid. I have a cube. I have a cone. And I also have a rectangular prism. Way to go, guys. So, just like with our 2D shapes, we're going to talk about some posters that have pictures of these 3D shapes in our environment, okay? So, who knows what this one is? Good job! This is that cone that we were talking about. Way to go! My next one is called I want you to take a real close look at all of these cans right here. They are the shape of a cylinder. Earlier, Miss Kayla was telling you that when you're looking at the cube, you might also know that as a block. Do you see anything special about these blocks? Yes, these blocks have different numbers on them. I wonder what number that is right there. Does anybody know that number? Wow, I heard that. That is the number 9. Sometimes my friends get number 9 and number 6 confused. So if you look at the green one, when the circle's on the bottom, think about the bottom, this is the number 6. But if you look at the orange one, when the circle's on the top, this is the number 9. I sometimes like to tell my friends that number 9 is shooting a basketball and number 6 is kicking a soccer ball. So these shapes are called cubes. Talking about basketballs, can anybody tell Miss Kayla what shape this is? Good! This shape is a sphere. A sphere. Some of you may call it a ball, but the real name for it is called a sphere. Do you remember that we talked about this one earlier? It looks like this right here. These are called pyramids. So I see 1, 2, 3 pyramids in this picture. When we were still at school, we talked about the desert. These pyramids look like they are in the hot, dry desert. And I also see some cool animals down here that have humps on their backs. Does anybody know what these are called? That's right. Good job. Those are camels. So this right here is called a pyramid. Got one more. It's the one that sometimes is tricky to remember what we call it. These birthday presents are this shape, and they are called rectangular prisms. Say that with me one more time. Rectangular prisms. Good job, guys. I am so happy to be able to get back on with you and to check in with you guys. I just want you to know that I think about you every day. I miss you so, so much. And I want to challenge you to look around your house and go on a scavenger hunt. Try to find some different shapes. Remember that 2D shapes are flat, like this. They're flat, they don't have sides. And 3D shapes have different faces on them. You can keep turning them and roll them in your hand and you can feel them, okay? Alright guys, I'm going to leave you to your scavenger hunt. Have fun and I'll see you very, very soon.